Hello and welcome. Before we get started with this video, I just want to say thank you to Klaus for the shout out the other day and for sending people to my channel. I really appreciate it. We're doing a scavenger hunt this month and it's my turn to put out a video with the code. So if you're watching this video within the first 48 hours, there will be a code in the description that you can use to get some reserves. And after 48 hours, it just won't work anymore. And then I'll link another channel, which will actually be Klaus again. He's going tomorrow. So I'll have his link in the description. And if you go to his channel tomorrow, he'll have the last code for the month. With the announcements out of the way, let's get started. My name is True Voodoo, and welcome to this custom lobby challenge where we have 15 M4 Shermans with the DERP gun versus one EBR 105. We played a total of 5 games, and now it's time to find out who the winner was. So for the very first round, we made the rule that we have to play on the south half of the map, west of the tracks. So we limited the playing field because we didn't know what to expect. So this was the very first game, and Horace approached the mid, but you can tell he was a little concerned about the timing because he knows he's going against so many enemies. He decided to fall back, and then he ends up just being halfway to the enemy with all of us jumping over the main ridge at the same time. And this is a really interesting matchup because we have slow firing guns, slow velocity on the shells, but if our shell hits him once, we're popping a tire. We might pin him for 450 damage, and if we do that, it just slows him down so much that we're able to close the gap. So that first round didn't go so well for Horace, and so we decided to make the next round open map. He can play anywhere he wants. And I specifically asked Horace to play the EBR in this challenge because he's an incredible player. He just 3-marked it, and I really wanted to see if someone of his caliber would be able to pull this off. And to be honest, I didn't know what to expect. So right on the start, he comes over the mid ridge, which is good. It's different from last round. He wants to hit first and then try to get out and already get some bleed before he ends up trapped in the corner. So he's able to penetrate for the one shot, and then he retreats to hill. Gets on hill, gets in a bush, and gets another one shot. This thing can pen an M4, but there's not a 100% chance that he's going to one shot them. He can low roll and hit them for less than 460, which you will see during some of these replays. But so far, so good. He's starting to get panicked a little bit because we're starting to trap him on the hill. And so he's going to have to make a decision. That was close. He's going to have to make a decision to try to break the line somewhere, then open up the map again. So he's judging by the map that this will be the best way to go. Of course, he one-shots me. And he's trying to make a break for it. So he's already used his repair kit, lost a tire, and he has to fix that right away or he loses his speed. And let's see what he tries to do here. Going for the half pipe, and it doesn't work. This climb used to be very easy. In fact, it didn't even feel like a climb before. But with the recent update, Wargaming changed the physics on slopes to make it more difficult to access boosted areas on the map. And he just only makes it halfway up, and now he's in trouble. He gets in the water, he's trying to evade, takes a full pin right there, loses a turret. Thankfully his wheels are still there. And again, goes right up the slope, gets stopped, and now it's just not looking very good. Right here you can see he didn't pin the M4, and he's below, so the armor is actually more angled. So we're going to head into round 3, and this time we're going to try a one-line play going for that famous E1 bush. It works out, it gets some spots, able to get the one shot, but clearly we're going to be lit here. So Horace starts retreating down. Oh man, he's just getting torn up. He's retreating down the one line, but he is just getting pegged. And he already had to use his repair kit. But one more hit and his tire is... There it goes. His tire is gone. He was traveling in reverse, so he has to turn it around and now try to make his escape. But in this game mode, that extra time of losing his tire and having to turn around we're so far in now that for him to escape, he has to go all the way across the K line and jump over the tracks. And he's just going to be lit crossing this entire field. So he gets another one shot with the lock on. And he starts cutting up the mid, and he's trying to find a way out. But there's so many shells flying in. It's so stressful. Gets another one shot. And he's got to pick a path here. So he's going up this middle finger here. That's why I call these little divots in the map the fingers. And he gets taken out. 2 pens. And he's done. Maybe if he had gone over the tracks to the right, he might have escaped. But it's just so hard to make these decisions that quickly. And so we're going into the 4th round here. And the rule on this round that we made is that we're not allowed to stop and shoot, because we realized that that made it too difficult for him, because we just needed one person to kind of spot him, and then everyone else could just sit and snipe. So he goes all the way up the 6th line and flanks all of us. None of us spotted him on the other side of tracks. For the sake of speeding things up, he flexes to the 1 line. And here he's kind of alone, looking for the one-on-one. And this is interesting because he only has HE loaded. And the thinking on this is, well, if I non-pen with HE, I can still probably 2-shot them. But here you can see it actually didn't even work. So standard shells would have been better in that situation, because he could have 2-shot him guaranteed with a standard shell. But I think the trade-off of the 1-shot potential is worth the risk of the non-penetration. So he knows that they know where he's at, and he's got to try to do something here to get away. So he makes sure he goes dark, and he goes for a little fake out here and tries to stretch down the A line to get away. Is he lit? Yep. So the M4s actually have pretty good view range, and in fact I think the base view range on the M4s is better than the EBR. The one thing that the EBR has going for it is the camo rating. There he goes. That's the 3rd shot to get the kill. But if he shoots, he's pretty much going to get lit unless he's in a bush. And if they're within a reasonable distance, they're going to spot him. So there's a non-pen. He's got to try to get away here. And these little bumps in the terrain actually kill his speed sometimes, you'll notice. Anytime he hits a bump and it pitches him sideways like that, how much speed did that knock off? Like 30? So he's got to build up his speed again. Hits a 1-shot. And he has a chance here to break the lines. Gets full penned on the move by the M4. Misses his shot. And the reason he wasn't using auto aim right there, I think, is because he wanted to hit the side armor. And using the auto aim would have aimed more central and would have been a non-pen. So he went for the 1-shot on the side armor by manual aiming. And it looks like he's going to make it out. We're going all the way south. Hits another 1-shot, and there's that little bump again in the training. That's just what's so hard about these tanks. You absolutely need your speed when you're getting shot at, and these little train bumps will sometimes pitch you sideways. Here he is again. He spots me, and he just knows I've got to kill True right here. I turn sideways just right when he shoots, and he gets the side armor. That's an easy shot for him. So he's getting back up to speed, and he's going to try to stretch all the way back down the 1 line. And I was so surprised by this challenge. I thought that we were never going to be able to keep up with him. But with this many of us, there's pretty much always someone right there to keep contact. The main thing this game is he's able to get away a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kills so far. Because we can't stop and shoot. There's a miss. He's going to try to dodge. Big hit. His tire is still up. He's still going full speed. He has a chance to get out. I'm just holding my breath for him. Come on, horse. This is scary. Just 1 shot. That's all it's going to take is just 1 shot. He can't stop and aim. He's just got to go for the RNG full pen on the move. This is looking like a pretty good game so far compared to the others. But where are the other unspotted M4s? Right in front of him. He just can't get away. Even from 9 of us, it's just too hard. There's the terrain bump. Throws him sideways. Any chance he had of getting away right there is gone now because of that bump. And that happens to me a lot in my EBR. It just makes it so difficult to play this tank, and it's already very difficult. So we're going into the 5th round, and we brought in a second EBR 105. And we thought, okay, so since there's 2 of them now, let's change the rules so that the M4s can stop and aim. And we'll see what happens, because we think that we're for sure going to lose this round. So he goes for an aggressive spotting play here. He's well within spotting distance of that M4, and he does get lit. So the other EBR 105 is up on the north. You can see here, he gets a kill shot, or no, not a kill shot, 177 spotting damage. And so we try to basically dogpile the 1 line. So he's spotting for Pomegranate here. Pomegranate picks up a kill. Horse goes back in for another spotting run. The non-pin, that was a pretty good chance to pin. And it's time to get out. We're going to start closing mid-map on these guys. Pomegranate's still up on the north. He's pushing his luck a little bit, because if he waits any longer, he's definitely going to get trapped. So Horse is going to come down and stretch it a little bit and look for some damage over here. And so far, Pomegranate's doing good. He's just kind of holding position, and they have a crossfire here, a pretty good crossfire. The full pen, but only 458 damage. The EBR can do 500, and on a high roll, it can do even more. But these non-penetrations are just killing their chances. But that's the chance you gotta take with the HE, even on a tier 5 tank with not very good armor. So Horse is still unspotted, but Pomegranate's getting shot at. Jumps the tracks, gets hit mid-air, and continues. And this is not looking good. As you can see, Horse is not taking any fire here. And all of the M4s are just teeing up right now. And Pomegranate's running for his life. And we've got him lit in the open. One of his wheels is damaged. And it's just not going to be long for him. And this was actually what I shot the intro video with right here, with him running across that red line. And now we're in a tough situation. It's Horse first. How many left? 12 of us. And this is still good. He has full health, and there's a couple of one-shots, guaranteed one-shots with HE. So we'll see what he can do here. He's going to try to break past Draconis. He gets hit in the side for his commander, and he repairs that. Hits a bump again, and as you can see, he's down to 65. That took 30 kilometers an hour off his speed. Hits a bump again, and he has to get going here. Gets caught on fire, and that is all she wrote. He knows it's over. He has too much module damage. He just stops and admits defeat. So I'll be honest with you guys, I did not expect this outcome at all. I thought that we were gonna get I thought we were gonna get crushed by the EBR. I've taken the stance on it that it's not overpowered, but I just imagined this thing just outrunning us, picking us off, one-shotting every shot, and it wasn't the case. And when it hits these little bumps, it pitches sideways, and then when it lands, it's lost about 30-40% of its speed, and that really hurts. This was a blast to make. We did this on my live stream. I invited viewers to join a training room. Everyone said it was fun. It was fun to watch. If you guys enjoyed it, please let me know in the comments. If you ever want to come and watch me live, I'm leaving my Twitch channel in the description as well, so you guys can follow me on Twitch and come check out some live gameplay. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.